Welcome to our latest video, where we dive deep into the history, design, and legacy of the Alfa Romeo 6. These iconic models, which came out in the late 1970s and early 1980s, the 1980s, hold a special place in the automotive world, particularly for enthusiasts who love the Italian marque's unique blend of performance, style, and engineering innovation. The Alfa Romeo 6 was introduced in 1979 as Alfa Romeo's flagship executive sedan. It was a bold statement from the company, aiming to compete with the likes of the BMW 5 Series and Mercedes-Benz E-Class. The 6 was crafted to provide not only luxury and comfort, but also the sporty performance that Alfa Romeo was known for: design and styling. At first glance, the Alfa Romeo 6 had a somewhat understated, yet very purposeful, design. The car featured clean lines, with minimal adornment, typical of the era. The overall styling was perhaps less dramatic than some of Alfa's other models, but it exuded an air of sophistication and elegance. The large chrome grille with the iconic Alfa Romeo badge at its center became one of the defining features of the model. The exterior also had some unique touches, like the recessed door handles and side profile, that gave the car a muscular, planted stance. Despite being an executive sedan, the Alfa Romeo 6's design language still hinted at its sporty undertones with its aerodynamic shape and wide track. One element worth noting is that the car was fairly large by Alfa standards, measuring over 4.7 meters in length. This made it quite spacious inside, ensuring ample legroom for both front and rear passengers. The large greenhouse and slim pillars allowed for excellent visibility, making it a comfortable and practical car for long-distance cruising. Interior and features. Inside the Alfa Romeo 6, luxury was the main focus. The cabin was trimmed in high-quality materials with plush seats and soft-touch surfaces. The dashboard had a driver-centric layout, with a cluster of round gauges giving the driver all the essential information at a glance. One of the more intriguing aspects of the interior design was the use of wood trim on the dashboard and doors, adding to the car's premium feel. Alfa Romeo was also keen to ensure that the 6 was packed with the latest technology for its time. Power windows, central locking, air conditioning, and a premium sound system were among the features offered, which further cemented the 6's position as a luxury sedan. However, one aspect that Alfa couldn't quite overcome was the build quality. While the materials were luxurious and the design was thoughtful, the fit and finish were often criticized, particularly in comparison to German rivals like BMW and Mercedes. The electrical systems were notorious for their unreliability, a common problem with many Italian cars of the era. The engine and performance. Now we get to the heart of the matter: the engine. The Alfa Romeo 6 was originally equipped with a range of inline-six engines, which were known for their smoothness and power. But the real magic happened with the introduction of the 6V 6.2.5, which became the star of the lineup. The Alfa Romeo 6V 6.2.5 was powered by the legendary Busso Fi 6 engine, a 2.5-liter masterpiece that was developed by Giuseppe Busso. This engine would go on to become one of the most celebrated engines in Alfa Romeo's history, renowned for its distinctive sound, smooth power delivery, and performance capabilities. In the 6V 6.2.5, this engine produced around 158 horsepower and 213 Newton-meters of torque, which was quite respectable for the time. The car could accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, 0 to 62 miles per hour in around 9 seconds, with a top speed of 195 kilometers per hour, 121 miles per hour. While it wasn't the fastest car in its class, the engine's responsiveness and the car's overall balance made it a joy to drive. The V6 engine was mated to a 5-speed manual transmission, which allowed the driver to fully exploit the engine's capabilities. The gear changes were smooth and precise, adding to the engaging driving experience. The Alfa 6 V6 2.5 also featured rear-wheel drive, which further enhanced its dynamic performance and driving pleasure. One of the defining characteristics of the Busso V6 engine was its soundtrack. The exhaust note was unlike anything else in its class, a sonorous growl that would crescendo into a howl as the revs climbed. This distinctive engine sound became one of the reasons why the Alfa 6 V6 2.5 developed such a devoted following among enthusiasts. Driving dynamics, Alfa Romeo has always been known for producing cars that prioritize driver engagement, and the Alfa 6 V6 2.5 was no different. The suspension was tuned to provide a balance between comfort and sportiness. The car featured independent suspension on all 4 corners, with McPherson's struts up front and a de Dion rear setup. This configuration allowed the car to soak up bumps and imperfections on the road while still delivering sharp handling when pushed. The steering was another highlight. It was direct and responsive, offering plenty of feedback to the driver, which made the car feel more agile than its size would suggest. This was a car that encouraged spirited driving, even though it was designed primarily as a luxury sedan. However, there were some drawbacks. The car's weight, over 1,300 kilograms, 2,866 pounds, meant that it could feel a bit sluggish when accelerating from lower speeds. Additionally, while the handling was good for its time, it couldn't quite match the precision of its German rivals, particularly BMW, which had a strong reputation for producing cars with exceptional dynamics. The Alfa Romeo 6's place in history, despite its many qualities, the Alfa Romeo 6 struggled in the marketplace. One of the main reasons for this was timing. When it was launched in 1979, the world was still reeling from the effects of the 1970s oil crisis. Executive sedans with large, thirsty engines were not in high demand, and this hurt the Alfa 6's sales figures. Additionally, Alfa Romeo was up against stiff competition from German manufacturers like BMW and Mercedes-Benz, whose cars were seen as more reliable and better built. The Alfa Romeo 6's reputation for electrical problems and poor build quality further compounded its struggles in the market. Production of the Alfa Romeo 6 ended in 1986, with just over 12,000 units built during its 7-year run. While it was not a commercial success, the Alfa 6, and particularly the 6 V6 2.5, have since become cult classics among Alfa enthusiasts. The Busso V6 engine's legendary status has only grown over the years, and today, the Alfa Romeo 6 V6 2.5 is a highly sought-after model among collectors. Conclusion: the Alfa Romeo 6 and the 6 V6 2.5 may not have been the most successful cars of their time, but they remain a testament to Alfa Romeo's dedication to blending luxury, performance, and passion. The combination of the beautifully designed V6 engine, elegant styling, and engaging driving dynamics made these cars stand out in a crowded field of executive sedans. In this video, we've explored the unique qualities that made the Alfa Romeo 6 and 6V 6 2.5 special. From the exquisite Busso V6 engine to the luxurious interior and sporty handling. These cars continue to hold a special place in the hearts of Alfa Romeo enthusiasts, and their legacy lives on as a symbol of Italian engineering at its finest. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments what you think about the Alfa Romeo 6 and if you've ever had the pleasure of driving one.